Governor Bill Richardson was also the target of a lot of that name calling, actually worse. And he told me on FBN it was time for him to move on.
Well, you know, I popped up in a very insignificant way. John Podesta mentioned that Hillary Clinton should call me for an endorsement, and he referred to me as a needy Latino. And I've said to you and to many of your viewers, most politicians are needy. But that was, you know, that's inconsequential. I think right now, these are the closing arguments. It sounds like the Republicans and Trump, they're bringing all this personal, this negative stuff because they have no vision.
Well, maybe
and their ground game is weak.
He called you a word that rhymes with stick. And whether people agree or disagree with you, Governor, you're a gentleman, you're a patriot, you've served your country well. I think that's mean. Well, you're kind to say that, but no, that way it's somewhat. He kind of tempered it a bit. No, he didn't. But he was trying to convince her. He said that they should talk to you. They should calm you down. That better, I think, I'm paraphrasing, to have you on their side than against. You patched up your differences with the Clintons. They were mad at you in 2008 for supporting Barack Obama. Right. But you got over that. But I don't know. I mean, You've done more than enough to help out Hillary Clinton. It was a political, that is a locker room political talk. But yeah, isn't that a killer, right? Isn't that a killer? They criticize some of the language that Donald Trump uses, and they're saying of you a word that rhymes with stick. And they got the objective. It was stick. She did call me. She did call me. And what did she say? We patched things up. She said that I'm glad we're coming back together and let's work together, and I've done that. Have you heard since the revelation of these emails from anyone in the campaign? Governor, we're sorry. Yeah, they have. Yeah, I have. And I have. What did they say? Has Podesta called you? But I think, well, we were in touch, yeah, and because we're old friends. Neil, really? He was chief of staff under Governor, Bill Clinton. I have absolutely old friends. I've known him for 30 years. I never refer to my old friends that way. Well, sometimes. Well, quietly, privately, I bet you do. But anyway. So you're not, bygones are bygones. You're not going to make a big deal of this. Because here's what I get out of these, Governor. You know all the players far better than I. But I get a sense of a lot of condescending dismissiveness at the campaign. Even Podesta for Hillary Clinton for a lot of people. It just gives me an icky feeling. It's not a Republican or Democratic feeling. It's just sort of like bad people feeling. What do you think? Well, look, Neil, let's compare what Trump says about other people, about other politicians. See, you're shifting. And you're not a shifter. Women. You're not a shifter. No. Right. No, look. This is politics. This is what happens when campaigns, they're intensely pressurized. They get very personal. And I think we should stop focusing on WikiLeaks. Look at the issues. What are the next 3 days? We didn't have WikiLeaks. We wouldn't know about anything. I'm not endorsing the way it came to our attention, but it is out there. And when I hear people referring to you in this manner, I don't like it. You know, we should ask, why is Russia interfering? They're responsible with Julian Assange for these WikiLeaks. Well, they're a bunch of sticks. Talk about that? Don't even get me going. They're a bunch of sticks. All right, let's see what a gentleman he is. And he had been royally sticked.